We lived in Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, when Khmer Rouge invaded. I was 5 years old. Soldiers came pounding on our door, screaming for us to get out. I was terrified. "We must go now," Mom said. If we didn't, one of two things would happen. They would throw a grenade in our house or shoot us. We knew we had to flee. There wasn't time to pack, and what we did, we had to carry. My mom stuffed clothes for my baby brother and me, plus a few cans of meat into my school bag. We walked out of our home and headed toward the border of Thailand. We walked for a very long time. People were everywhere, crying. My clearest memory is seeing and hearing their wailing. There were 14 of us. I was with my mother, father, baby brother, aunt, uncle, and cousins. It wasn't until I was older that Mom discussed the bodies with me. I remember walking out of the city, but had blocked them out. They were everywhere, in the river and both sides of the road. We walked through villages and stayed with farmers. My aunt and uncle got into a village and tried to bring my family as well. We were denied. The leader said they were full. I went with my aunt, uncle, and cousins because the elders believed it was the best thing to do. My mother, father, and baby brother stayed together to try and find another camp. We hoped to be reunited soon. Our family, who had walked so long together, were now being forced apart. They couldn't take all of us, so we had no choice but to split up. At the new camp, my mom says they were treated poorly. Soldiers were ruthless and unkind, but at least they were fed well. In the new village, they lost all communication, and none of us knew if we'd ever see each other again. My aunt, uncle, cousins, and I made our way to the border. We hired a guide to help. We had to walk through minefields to reach the edge of the jungle. Our guide looked at us and said, "The other side is Thailand. Run, don't stop, just run to the other side." My heart was beating so fast. I ran as fast as I could. I remember a guy jumping out and grabbing me. I was so afraid. He was armed with guns, bullets, and knives. He wasn't a soldier, he was a bandit, preying on prisoners of war. He went through my pockets. Thankfully, I only had one pocket. I only had hair clips, which he shoved back in my hand. I threw them away so I wouldn't be searched again. My cousin nearly lost her finger trying to get a ring off, which was stuck. The bandit was ready to cut off her finger. His knife was raised when suddenly the ring slipped off in the nick of time. We were the lucky ones. Many didn't make it through the run to what they hoped was freedom. After we encountered bandits, we found ourselves back in the hands of soldiers who were waiting at the end of our run. Our hope was lost. I don't remember a lot of what happened next. Trauma can have that effect. I was pushed into a truck. People yelled, "You have to get out of here." But there was no out of the truck once you were forced inside. The Thai soldiers took us back into the Cambodian jungle. The jungle was so thick, there was barely any sunlight. We were confused. Were we free? Was this the end of our journey? We felt defeated, scared, and had no idea what to do next. Thankfully, only one lady in our group spoke Thai and begged the soldiers to tell us where to go. She led us to a temple that was converted to a Red Cross refugee camp. We stayed there for a time. They brought food and supplies. I remember the milk solids, a milk powder compressed to make little biscuits. Every week I would run and wait for them. They became my favorite thing. It also meant so much to us just to get a bar of soap. It had been so long. One day, the Khmer Rouge soldiers came and demanded we come with them. Were they going to kill us like they killed so many? We refused, and they were about to shoot us. But the soldiers saw the Red Cross volunteers and decided to leave. After a time, we were on the move again, always moving. It had been over 3 years since our journey from our home in Cambodia began. I felt like forever. I had no communication with my parents and baby brother. I didn't know if they were still alive. We kept traveling and came to a Thai military base. It was a large bamboo hut. Again, the Red Cross was there distributing supplies. At the camp, I noticed people were coming and going but didn't really know what was happening. What became clear was the war was over. We were free. People were being transferred to different countries. Next thing I knew, we were told we were going to New Zealand, and the Red Cross would help us get there. I had no idea where it was, and I still didn't know where my parents and brother were. I wondered if I would ever see them again, especially when we were going so far away. When we got to New Zealand, we tried locating my family, hoping they had survived. My uncle wrote to everyone he could think of. One of our old neighbors saw my mom in Saigon refugee camp. He took the letter with my photo, but she didn't recognize me anymore. I was 9 years old. A lot of time had passed since we were last together. In the end, the Red Cross helped reconnect my family in New Zealand after many years of separation. When I saw my mom, I was speechless. She recognized me and she cried. And we've been since living together. Thank you.